So let's have a look at the daily marketing facility that's in the Turbocharged and Business Builder editions. The daily marketing, as it suggests, is an activity that we recommend that you do on a daily basis, and what it's designed to do is automate all those positive touch things, the positive touch letters that you know you ought to be sending out but you never make the time to. Things like the thank you letters and follow-up reminders and things like that. So this facility makes customer service really easy to achieve. So it does things like automate the job reminders, thank you for referring us letters, and thank you for returning your questionnaire if you use that aspect of the system where you're leaving a questionnaire and sending it back. Let's have a look at where we do that. That's under the marketing menu and then into daily marketing, and there's several options here. You can choose it to do for all your trading names or just one particular trading name if you've got them. We've got a non-return questionnaire period here, so if you're leaving a comment card and if it's not come back within 14 days, this will generate a letter to say that we've not had your questionnaire or comment card back. Obviously you can choose your printer and things like that, but the first thing we need to do is just click the build grid button at the top here, and that'll run the filter on the whole database and look to see if any of this daily marketing activity is due. Okay, so this is the grid we've generated, and these are all the letters down the left hand side here that the system's scanned to see if are due on this database. So the first one here at the top is the job reminder, and this is the automatic job reminder. There's a separate video about that in this edition and some of the other editions. This is the one where the client's asked you to remind you to have them cleaned again, and this is the one where the conversion rate can be sort of 30-40% or more, because this is a specifically targeted letter that says, for example, dear Mr. Simmons, when we worked for you on, you asked us to remind you in 6 months' time to have the item cleaned again. It's almost 6 months. Please call us now to book your cleaning as requested. And the conversion rate on that letter is huge. And this is, you can see in here, there are actually 92 of those letters due on this sample demo database we've got here. So let's use that as an example. If we were going to print those, obviously we've built this grid. We can come into here. We can see there's 92 due. You can choose the letter that you want to associate with this, and you can use the built-in word processor to design the letter, and we'll include a sample letter with the installation that you get. We just tick the box here that says print mail shot. Because there's 92, we probably want to click a test print, so we click test print, and that will print one out just so you can make sure it looks right, and then if you need to make any changes you can do. Come back in here, unclick the test print, click print. That'll print those out, and not only that, it'll actually record that in the contact log for each client as well, that reminder's being sent out. So when the client rings in, you'll be able to see that in the contact log, mark that they've responded to that, and again that all helps track with your analysis in the background and the reporting that you get. Now in this edition, the Turbocharged and the Business Builder editions, you get the opportunity as well to automatically set a follow-up on that job reminder as well. So when this letter's generated, obviously it mail merges in and you just fold them up and post them out, and then you get a facility to actually set up a reminder follow-up to be flagged. So when you run the follow-up tool that's in GetBookedUp, it will flag up that the job reminder's been sent out and they've not booked in yet. Do you want to make a telephone call follow-up? So that's just one of the letters that's in this daily marketing tool. Now the next two are what we call NRQ for new and NRQ for repeat, and that stands for non-return questionnaire. And if you use some of the tools that we recommend by, for instance, leaving a comment card or a questionnaire and asking them to send that back in, you can actually use this system to follow up if they've not returned those questionnaires. And that's based around the non-return questionnaire period date that you put in the top here, and just some simple entries that you make in the job record when the questionnaire does come back. And this system automatically filters for the ones that haven't come back, and again if there's any due, it will flag that they're due, and you can choose the letter that you want to send out here. It'll always default to the last letter that you sent. Again, you can tick print mail shot and print those out. So that's a really great way of following up those questionnaires. Now they're very powerful letters, because what we find is that in our carpet cleaning business, they mop up those really small niggling complaints that aren't really a complaint. So we get comments when the client gets this letter, we often get a call that says, oh, I'm thrilled to bits with everything, but the carpet took a little bit longer to dry than I expected, and that just gives us the opportunity to apologise. Or if they say that the carpet looked great when it was done, but there was just the area in front of the traffic sofa, That came back a little bit as it dried. That gives us the opportunity to jump straight on that and organise to go back and do a re-clean on that thread area, see if we can improve it again. So the non-return questionnaires really do tell the client that you're really dedicated to customer service, and this really drives up the referral and repeat business rate. Now the next letter that's part of the daily marketing is the referral thanks, and there is a separate video about how you can track referrals, but this is the letter where the letter's generated, and this is done automatically. So if a new client tells you that they've heard about you from a friend, and you actually attach that client's record to it by searching for the referral and using the tool that's in there, the letter is automatically generated here the next time you run the daily marketing. So here we can see that there is one that's due and the thank you referral card is there. So again, that's all automatic, and it's just click build and it runs and looks to see if any of those are due. So you're not looking in and out of paper and searching fields, you just one tool under daily marketing that does it all. We'll just skip past the repeat business one for now. We'll deal with that in a separate video. But the rest of the letters here, there's 12 here, from this one here through to this one there, and they're really the return questionnaire thank you letters. So when the client sends their comment card in or their questionnaire in, based on the information that you've put on the job line from that questionnaire, it will generate one of these 12 letters completely automatically. So there's return questionnaires based on if they're a new client or a repeat client. Then they're based on whether or not they've made favourable comments on their questionnaire. So, it was a great job, the carpet came up like new, or whether they've just made neutral comments, so they've said they're satisfied. And then also it categorises them further. So in the questionnaire that we supply as a sample, it asks them if we've got permission to use those comments in future advertising. So again, that splits these thank you letters into the ones where they've said we can use them and we can't use them. And then the last question that we ask on the questionnaire is, when would you like us to remind you to have the item cleaned again? 6, 12, 18, 24 months. And as I say, in one of the other videos you'll see how that actually works, but if you put a number in there as 12 months, for example, in the reminder period, this will actually make reference to that on the thank you letter. So it will be either forget, we don't want you to contact us again to remind us, or remind. So, for example, this letter at the top here, return questionnaire for a new favourable may use forget. That might go something like, hi Mr. Simmons, as a new customer we really appreciate you sending the questionnaire in and the favourable comments that you've made. We'll pass those on to the technician, and thanks for allowing us to use them in future advertising. We note that you don't want us to remind you to have the item cleaned again after a specific period, but we hope you don't mind if we keep in touch with periodic letters with special offers on. And each of these letters is worded to make a reference to the comments and the actual information they've provided on the questionnaire that they've sent in. Now again, these are very powerful because they're very personally targeted. It looks as if you're actually speaking directly to that person because you're making reference back to the comments that they've made and whether or not you can share and use those comments. And bizarrely, we do actually get telephone calls thanking us for the thank you letter, and we often get thank you cards saying thank you for sending me a thank you letter. I know it sounds crazy, but this letter really does show that you're dedicated to customer service and that you know your clients well. So that's the daily marketing tools. As I've said before, designed to be done daily. It makes what would be an onerous task of generating those thank you letters and those referrals and referral thank yous and the job reminders, what would be onerous trying to do it manually, it makes it completely automatic, and that's just using the daily marketing in the Business Builder and Turbocharged editions.